She does it time and time again, proudly. She's loud with it, back arched. Marjorie Taylor Greene and others spread crazy theories on Hurricane Helene. Is she a meteorologist? What's going on here? I'll tell you. In the wake of over 200 deaths after Hurricane Helene, Marjorie Taylor Greene weighed in. Here we go, get you the AccuWeather report, huh? Here's what she posted to Twitter. Yes, they can control the weather. It's ridiculous for anyone to lie and say it can't be done. The hell is she talking about? That's not what I grew up watching. The Weather Channel, AccuWeather. Greene additionally posted a map of the areas that were most impacted by the hurricane, overlaid with an electoral. I used to think someone's been zapped. I think someone put their finger in the socket, but it's electoral map organized by political party. This is like when Trump drew that map. Remember he drew that goofy map sitting in the Oval Office? The post reads, this is a map of hurricane-affected areas with an overlay of electoral map by political party, shows how hurricane devastation could affect the election. Following the election to Congress in 2020, Greene received criticism over previous comments she had made, suggesting the wildfires in California had been started by space lasers connected to the wealthy Rothschild family. So this is what we're doing here.
I'm curious, how does the overlay, just I guess any clarification, because I've been looking at this ever since we first approached this story. How does the overlay affect
well, she's saying, and now you're requiring of me to get inside the head of Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but I believe what she's saying is it's going to affect Republicans more than Democrats. This weather that can be controlled. And so right before election, they'll probably get, you know, Fauci and a group of other people. He's a scientist too. Probably get some meteorologists, and the Democrats will hit this button, and apparently it will make it more difficult to vote in these red states because of weather events. That's my best guess. Okay. It doesn't end there, though. Conspiracy theories about Hurricane Helene are going viral now on TikTok. So let's play it.
That one of the areas affected by Hurricane Helene is the world's largest lithium deposit, and the DoD just entered into an agreement with this company right here to mine lithium for electric cars starting in 2025. Now that area is completely devastated. This is a $90 million agreement between the DoD and this company right here to get Kings Mountain, North Carolina lithium mine up and running by 2030. If that area has been inundated, is in a disaster zone, then the government can come in and do eminent domain, and they can pay you what it was worth 5 years ago rather than what it's worth right now.
If I didn't know any better, I believe she has a chip in her, and there is someone with a remote control behind the scenes. I would think she's got a chip in her. And that's just my thought, my opinion. Don't sue the network. I have no money either. But another post with over 119,000 views claimed that the hurricane was a weather-modified storm to displace the residents of Western North Carolina, so a land grab can take place.
Okay.
Another video featuring an AI.
More?
There's more. You know there's more because, as I said, these people, they multiply and then they hover together and they have online chats and things, and it just gets out of control. This one's an AI-generated image of Trump wading through flood waters, circulating with text reading, "This is our president right here." The video has over 2.8 million views. The image originally circulated on Meta, was debunked by PolitiFact. Now, why would anyone need to go to PolitiFact, or what's that other one that tells you if it's real or not? Snopes?
Snopes, I believe.
Who really thought that that was Trump? Okay, or Melania. Remember, she had that jacket that said, "I don't really care." Do you? Why would we need to debunk it at all? But this is what people, I call it willful consumption of disinformation. People rather enjoy this stuff, like others maybe like Star Trek or a Marvel movie. This is their wheelhouse.
Can I start with the last one? I refuse to believe people believe that that's a real picture of Donald Trump wading through some flood waters I don't know what they say he's doing there, but again, a lot of times when you, I can't see it that closely, but just zoom in on hands when it comes to AI generated. I know it's rapidly getting more and more, precise and accurate looking and all that stuff. But you start with the hands, then you go to like small details of body parts, like ears, nose, hands, things like that. Always are a little bit off. Sometimes someone have 3 fingers and there are 6, all that type of stuff. So it's probably there right in front of your face. But this is one of those willful ignorance things. They want to believe that Donald Trump is wading through water. When after, again, one of those assassination attempts on him, one of his supporters was killed that day. And he's making jokes about it on the campaign trail now. Why would we believe that the guy who's making jokes about the supporter that died, it was such a supporter that his wife later said, I couldn't take any calls from Joe Biden because I know his wishes would be that I don't. That's how adamant of a supporter he was of his. Why would we believe that the fact that he cares so little about that guy who died at his rally would be out in floodwaters, wading through them as if he even has the ability to do so, and lift and encourage and drive people out of those areas? When, of course, he goes on TV, stands in front of podiums, puts a microphone in front of his face and talks about how things are being delivered in certain areas different than mine. That's where we get this connection. That's why Marjorie Taylor Greene said this. That's why Marjorie Taylor Greene had a fight with Laura Loomer, because she was #1 Trump advocate next to him to push these crazy conspiracies. That's why she's upset about it. So she's trying to wiggle her way back into the best graces in case she's worried about her maybe falling from a little bit of grace. And they use qualifiers like, anyone with a brain would know this. You know it. I know it. The American people know it. They'll say things like that. And for some reason, it works on people who, rather than hearing those are very manipulative phrases, going, well, I don't know that. My brain tells me that that's some BS. I don't know why people can't do that anymore. I don't know if we're overwhelmed with work and worried about money and kids and education and food and whatever else we're all concerned with, but we just don't think anymore. The first level of critical thinking, you don't have to go and research what's going on with the hurricane to know that it's pretty damn hard to affect Republican areas versus Democratic areas. Because just think about your general community. Do you think that everyone in your entire city, town, village is the same voter? Do you think everyone is 100% of them, to where you can differentiate between I'm gonna divvy up some resources here, not do it here, and then draw the line at that fence line? It doesn't make any sense. Again, it goes back to the same question. When someone runs to you with this type of stuff, be like, oh, really? How did they stop the line of support and help for certain people based off of voting areas and then stop helping those folks? Or how is it that they're going to pull up these deposits of whatever kind of mineral they need to mine in order to push more of these electric cars, and they're not doing it to any Democratic or independent voters? Because they know everybody, which many of them don't vote, with the way that they vote, and they make their decisions based off of it.
Well, there you go. You're trying to make too much sense. And not everybody wants to make sense. You know, there are people still displaced from Hurricane Katrina. How would she explain that? Okay.
Was George W. Bush targeting those folks?
Now, is that what you're trying to say here? It's to the point with Marjorie, and I used to think it was a game that she was playing. I now believe that she is this daft and nutty. If she showed up at my doorstep right now, I probably would invite her in, and I wouldn't have any discussion with her. I would just have her lay down and give her a warm blanket, maybe a hot toddy, and let her sleep it off, because there's no need for us to even have a discussion. There, dear, you just sleep it off.
I enjoy hot toddies.
That's what needs to happen, because this is America. Look at your life.